Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Tom Harris. I'm the president of the Times Square Alliance. I'm so happy to be high atop One Times Square, the building that was the former home of the New York Times, where Times Square got its name. 15 days ago, the whole world turned to this building to ring in 2025. And today, as we look forward to 2025, we're going to have a new building and a new ball here. But today, we're going to retire the ball. I'm going to turn it over to Michael Phillips, president of Jamestown, to talk about the new building and the new ball.
Thank you, Tom. This is a monumental day for us. This is the 8th ball in the 120-year history of Times Square. These balls have helped us tick time and ring in the new year throughout all of our lifetimes, and many of our memories are embedded in this. This ball will be retired into the lower floors of the building and join 3 other balls that will be the basis of our history exhibit that will be available for people 365 days of the year. We're about to start the ascent of the ball, and with that we're going to invite Joe Calvano, whose family has been caring for the ball for the last 40 years, to come and share some history with us. Drum roll, please. Joe?
Yeah, this is really amazing. I'm excited to be here. I fell in love with this ball in the 80s when I was fortunate enough to go work for Arthur Strauss, one of the original sign companies that started this ball. And I've been a big fan ever since, and my crew's been here taking care of the ball since then.
Right.
So Joe, was your family involved?
Yeah. So I went to go work for my dad back then, so he was doing it before me. So it was really great. Really great.
Tony?
Oh yeah, Tony Calvano. I used to call him Times Square Tony.
Oh, that's cool.
Now we got Joe Lights.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. We do a lot more stuff.
So with that, we'll begin the countdown to the ascent.
Yeah, it's going up. Yes, you didn't realize it, but it left you. So Joe, how many of your people work on the ball?
So it's on New Year's Eve, we have about 20 guys. It's great. Most of the street you lose up here is about 20 guys. It's really, it's quite a mission.
So it's somewhat automated, but do you, what do they do?
Yeah, so we're here for the backup,
When
the
you come
emergency,
forward,
because there's a billion people watching this thing. So we're here for the emergency. So everything's automated, but we're here just in case something goes wrong. There's some manual winches up here that'll get this ball down if we have to. If something goes wrong, we can get it down.
And the ball weighs.
Oh, it's 6 tons. It's
6 tons.
almost 12,000 pounds. So it's not a joke, but we're handling it.
Yeah.
This is the biggest one we've had so far. I don't know what the next one's going to be.
It's a surprise.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
As a surprise for a few months from now.
Yeah.
And it'll make its debut at the end of next year, but when we open the museum and the observation deck experience, you'll be able to come up to see the ball that's in there. You'll be able to touch it, and then you'll also be able to come up to see the new ball.
Almost there now.
All right.
How high up is that? It's about 139 feet to the top. We do a 60-second countdown, if everybody remembers. When it gets close to the top, maybe about 10-20 feet from the top, that's where it stops. And in order to make its descent behind the numerals in a 60-second countdown, we can't bring it all the way to the top because it doesn't move fast enough, because the winch does not move that fast. The future winch and the upgrades and improvements will allow the ball to move faster so that we can make it from the top to the bottom in that 60-second countdown. And you can see it starts to slow down as it gets to the top. So they're managing cables that are both power and fiber data. The future is going to be a little bit smaller. It will potentially use a little less power, but there's new ways to bring power up to the ball, and the power pads don't necessarily have to be in the ball anymore. So that lightens up the ball and the cables. And we can tell how high up it is because it runs out of cable. And there we go.
Okay.
All right. Final descent.
Final countdown.
Right, the final descent. Everyone, hands on the ball. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. So there's 2,688 crystals on the ball. They're triangular shape. The shape in the future is to be determined and to be announced, but it will not be triangular.
The history of the ball really started with transatlantic exploration when there was no longitude, only latitude. And they were trying to figure out how to create a time clock that they could set time in your navigation. The earliest balls are in the Greenwich Maritime Museum in England. So when New York decided to create this iconic moment, they really looked to the history and the discovery of the New World as part of this experience. So there's a great tie-in. And for many of us in New York and around the world, this ball really marks the end of one, the beginning of the other, and so many emotions that are tied up in memories in the history of time. And not just Joe's family, but many families have been involved in this experience and come here year after year, and it's really a bucket list item for many people. So it's not often that people can get this close to the ball, and in the future they will be, of course, but you're witnessing something that not many people get to see up close and personal. Remember the storms that happened on the 31st last year, in 24, and the crew who produces New Year's Eve is unbelievably dedicated. And in the days leading up to this, people worked round the clock, 24 hours a day, 3 shifts a day to pull off New Year's Eve, and even to break it down. And the power outages in New Jersey and all the things that happen on the highways, major impact. But the show always must go on, and it's a real testament to this whole crew that it's done.
It's seconds away.
And raining and snowing.
It's okay. This is sad. Oh, he's missing some crystals. Cool. How dare you? So pretty. I think downstairs the shot will be better.
That's good. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
Malachi.
You guys can move around the wall too. You don't have to just like the stairs if you like. Just please be careful.
This is the final descent of the ball. So this ball will now retire and will be in the museum that will open this fall 2025. So this ball is finally retired. This amazing ball from one Times Square. You guys can come here and you guys can also see this ball in the museum. As I said, it will open in fall 2025. So yeah, the last descent of this ball.